Good morning, Internet. Today is Friday, February 15th, and I just want to apologize for not getting a video out yesterday. I ended up with my day totally full and ran out of time to do it. Of course, yesterday was Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to any of you who care. And because it was Valentine's Day, I was making a big meal for my wife when she got home from work. And because I always reach too far and try to do too much, I had a 3-course meal planned. And of course I needed to do all the grocery shopping for that meal. And I also had a tutoring session scheduled with my algebra student. And before that, I had a friend come over who was having some hard drive difficulties, who had an entire partition, actually 2 partitions, disappeared from their hard drive. So I've been trying to do some data recovery for him, and I took up the whole morning. So yesterday was a very full day, non-stop activity. Didn't have a chance to get to the video making. But today is a little bit calmer. Still doing the data recovery stuff. I've got a utility running right now, trying to find some files, and we'll see if we can do the entire recovery of the entire partition. I'm not sure how that's going to work because he had it divvied up into 2 partitions. On one he had Windows installed, on the other he had Mac OS installed, and this is in a MacBook. So I don't know if PC data recovery tools are going to work for the Mac partition, if they're going to recognize the file structure, if they're going to find the, I guess I just don't know what would be involved in that, and if that's going to be a difficult thing. Luckily, his important files are all on the PC partition, and that does appear to be recovering fine, so that's good at least. Let's see, what else should I talk about? I guess I could tell you about the meal I made last night, because I'm rather proud of it. I had a lot of fun making it, and it turned out just perfect. So we started out with some little amuse-bouche, which is a French term meaning mouth amusements, and it's kind of like one bite, little simple appetizers that are just meant to kind of show off the flair of what's to come, to whet the appetite. So we had, for that, some shrimp shooters, so cocktail sauce shrimp garnish in a little shot glass, looks really nice. And then a 3 citrus skewer, which was the Rio Red grapefruit, blood orange, and navel orange skewered. So that looked really nice. And of course, a cocktail to go with that, the Blushing Lady, which turned out to be really good. It was pomegranate liqueur, vodka, grapefruit juice, and a twist of lemon. And the pomegranate liqueur I've never had before. That stuff is fantastic. I mean, it's really just distilled pomegranate essence. It's quite amazing stuff. So that was fun. For the main course then, we had a salmon belly wrapped salmon fillet on a potato leek chowder. And this recipe I got from Chef John over at foodwishes.com, and I'll link to that in the description. Fantastic website. I love watching his videos. He's a professional chef who decided he really enjoyed the teaching aspect of being a chef and wanted to reach a bigger audience. So he does these great food blog / videos for recipes. He's quite talented, and he has a very humorous way of teaching how to do stuff, and just a lot of fun, besides being delicious to eat afterwards. So the belly wrapped salmon, the salmon belly wrapped salmon, is kind of a funny term, but it was kind of a neat technique to use with a salmon fillet. So salmon fillet is usually, it's thick on one end and then it gets skinny down at the other end. And if you bake it or grill it or whatever just as is, you always end up with the skinny end kind of overcooked, dried out, tough, and the rest of it not quite done. So what Chef John suggested was take your fillet that's that shape, wide at one end, skinny at the other, and divide it into thirds. So cut off that skinny third, and you cut this off the skin, of course. So you end up with 3 pieces. You end up with a skinny little piece and 2 tall, thick pieces of fillet. Then you butterfly the belly part. That belly is the skinny part, I should explain. And that it's got more fat in it, and you can see the distinct difference in the way the fat stripes are on the salmon. And it's, of course, thin. So then you butterfly that piece. You basically cut it horizontally into 2 thin slices. And then you wrap each of those slices over your other salmon piece. So you have 2 salmon pieces, each with a belly on top. And that prevents the belly from drying out. And it also provides a little place to put some seasoning in between the 2 pieces of salmon. So we did an herb butter. So just butter with, what did we do? Thyme, parsley, and a little bit of sage. And just mix that up with some soft butter and spread it in there. Wrap the whole thing up in a little package of green onions. So you take the green part of the green onion, blanch it so it gets soft, and then wrap it up like little ribbons around the salmon and bake those. Turned out really amazing. And then, of course, it's sitting on a potato leek chowder, which is just fantastic. Very, very simple recipe, very simple food, but the flavors are fantastic. And then for dessert, yes, poached pears. So I used kind of a combination of a couple of different recipes I found. I saw an Alton Brown recipe for wine poached pear. And then I found some others that included some different spices that sounded good, so I kind of mashed them together and created my own thing, and it turned out really good. It was 4 pears, a bottle of Riesling, a little bit of water, some cloves, star anise, cinnamon, and ginger, all into a pot, bring it to a boil. You stick your peeled pears in there, cover it up for about 20 to 30 minutes, something like that, until the pears are nice and soft. You keep it at a simmer. And then you take those out, let them cool, because you want to serve this cold. And then you reduce the rest of the liquid, take out the bits of the spices and stuff, and reduce it into a syrup. And that syrup was sweet and tart, really, really good. Turned out really well. And just serve that with a little bit of champagne. So, fun meal. It turned out really good. Every dish was just perfect, spot on. So I was really pleased with that. And it's one of my hobbies, one of my passions, I guess, is cooking. So, so that was my yesterday. Kind of crazy. I guess I did have a question. I have not had any comments on any of my videos yet. No surprise, I don't really feel like I'm creating videos that anybody's really going to watch. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes and alter things as we go along. I have no illusions that the whole internet is hanging on my every word. But if anybody's out there who is watching and knows anything about data recovery, I'd be really curious to know what are some good methods, or maybe utilities for recovering lost partitions, files that are in unpartitioned space, that kind of thing. I know very little about that. I can kind of muddle my way through and find a few utilities and get the job done, I think, but I just haven't done enough of it to really know what I'm doing. Anyway, let's see. Tomorrow is Saturday, so the weekend is coming up. Saturday and Sunday, I will most likely not put up a video. I may, if my wife ends up in the hospital. She's a doctor, so she has some OB patients that are maybe delivering this weekend. So I may end up with a little bit of time to do that. If not, though, I'll be back on Monday, barring any other crises, for another video. So I guess I'll call it good for today, and maybe I'll link those recipes in the description just for anybody who's interested. So I guess I will bid you all a good day. Hope the day goes well, and everybody have a good weekend. And I'll see you again on Monday. All right, take care.